Okay, let's go to the next question. Which choice best states the central claim of the passage? Yes, this is also again another big question, a big picture question. Which choice states the central claim of the passage? Like I told you in the beginning, whenever you have anything related to big picture questions, introduction and conclusion is a very, very important part to start off with, right? What I'm trying to say is read the introduction really carefully, read the conclusion really carefully. Got it? There's no need to get into all the information that's there in the middle of the passage, right? Okay, so this is a big picture question, right? Let's look at the step. Whenever you have a big picture question, follow these steps. Yeah, check if the introduction and conclusion are the same. Very, very important. So what is the introduction again talking about? The man in the muck rake is set forth as an example of people whose vision is fixed on carnal instead of spiritual things. The author goes on to talk about all forms of corruption in the opening paragraph. Clearly, we can see that, right? The conclusion, look at the conclusion. There should be a resolute effort to hunt down every such person who brings disgrace. The author restates, because we can clearly see that at the risk of repetition, if you look at line 64, at the risk of repetition, let me state again, right? So he's clearly trying to restate the need to expose such criminals only if conducted in a true sense. So the introduction and conclusion is very clear, right? Combine the opening and closing part and paraphrase it in your own words, right? Combine these two, combine the introduction and conclusion, and then make one statement, right? The author clearly speaks of various forms of corruption, and he clearly wants to expose them lawfully, right? Not unlawfully, lawfully he wants to expose them. So when you get the introduction and when you get the conclusion, step number 2 would be to just club the introduction and conclusion and make one sentence. And obviously try to match the option, try to use process of elimination and match the option that has that same message, right? So which sentence talks about, which option talks about the author wants to bring out corruptions and expose them? Yeah, let's look at the options. Efforts to expose corruption are valuable only when conducted truthfully and responsibly. Yes, this is almost closer. Measures to protect those who unjustly accused of wrongdoing are urgently needed, right? Not given in the passage. It's not paraphrasing that. It's not paraphrasing this part. The author wants to bring out all forms of corruption and expose them. It's not talking about that part. Addressing a complex social problem. Addressing complex social problems is crucial to a successful presidency. Nothing is talked about presidency here. Criticizing the manner in which scandals are disclosed serves to protect the guilty. Again, the last paragraph doesn't talk about protecting the guilty, right? The last paragraph talks about hunting every person who is guilty, right? So this is not talked about in the passage. Option A is the closest answer. Efforts to expose corruption are valuable only when conducted truthfully and responsibly, right? So that's the closest answer possible. So option A is the answer, right? So whenever you have a big picture question, focus on the introduction, opening and closing. Try to combine both, create your own sentence, and try to use process of elimination, eliminate answer options that don't match with the particular sentence, right?